This is the Henry's Child Podcast. Am I crazy? Or am I just raving?
I'd like to give a special thank you to everyone who took advantage of the Bandcamp fee-waived Friday. And if you're not aware of this, every Friday, or actually the first Friday of every month, Bandcamp is waiving all their extra fees. So when you buy any record, either downloaded or a physical product, you actually give the most amount of money to the artist. So if you did that, and many people did, I'd like to thank you personally. You know, your contribution when we can't go out and play right now, your contribution of being able to contribute by purchasing our music is tremendously helpful. And it really inspires us and keeps us going during this very, very trying time. Today I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping and even get into a little bit of another missing music episode. So it all actually started on, I believe, Monday of this week, when I followed up on a comment that Doug Kramer left on Facebook. Now, Doug was the drummer on a couple of our records and was in the band for a long time, super great guy. And he mentioned that there was no public release, or I guess like a social media release, of Satellite Trampoline 3. Now, Satellite Trampoline 3 was the record that we did with Andy Macon. And if you haven't listened, you should go back and check out his podcasts. He did 2 of them where I had Rich interview him because he's actually over in the UK. So the time difference worked out really, really good for all of us. And, you know, I got to be honest with you guys, this is a blind spot for me because both the Satellite Trampoline 3 record and the Learning Too Much record, which is the record we did with Rex back in 1998, those are actually both on the website. But what was a blind spot for me was it was actually really difficult to navigate to and listen to all the music. Plus, I had them as compressed files, and so if somebody isn't really used to that, it's going to be very difficult and just end up being more of a pain than anything else. So I took the time this week to create 2 full album streams of each record. So the first one that I did was Satellite Trampoline 3, which was the 1999 release with Andy Macon. And there's 9 songs and 4 bonus tracks on that. And the reason that we called those bonus tracks was because we weren't sure if they were going to fit on a CD. And we were very, very concerned about the order and the amount of time for each of those. And we ended up actually doing that record ourselves, literally ourselves, going down to Kinko's, burning copies, sending them off to Natalie, trying to get somewhere with them. And, you know, it's a good record. It's really great. I also found Learning Too Much was also still being accessed and wanted, which is the 1998 record that we did with Rex Morningstar. So I went ahead and did both of those. And what occurred for me was I got really present to how good that music was. We really felt like we were stretching ourselves pretty thin. And the reality is the songs actually still really hold up. And there's some really great gems on there. Not to be too on the nose about it, I actually published some social media stuff about 11/11 on 11/11 on Twitter. So it was sort of my little foyer into the metaphysical, being that since the record was recorded 22 years ago, which is 11 plus 11, and we're doing the song 11/11. So I could mean anything, and I could be making up that meaning too, which is always fun to do, of course. So those are available. Both of those records actually are available now on our stream on YouTube. And if you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, it's really 3 clicks away. And what do I mean by that? So the first click is to open up your browser and type in the domain henryschild.com. The second click is to go to the very middle of the page and you'll see a YouTube icon. You should be familiar with it. And if you click on that icon, that will bring you to our page. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button right in the middle of the page. It's big and it's red with the white letters subscribe. That's the 3 clicks it takes to become a channel viewer and subscriber to our YouTube channel. And I do my best to put up not only these podcasts, but very, very cool videos and audio as I find them. So again, that's where both of those full-length records are, in addition to what you would expect with Clearly Confused and Mumbles and Screams. And since Listen Closely is our latest record, that is the one that is not on there. That's available for purchase and full listen on Bandcamp. So when I say purchase, I'm talking about the physical CD. I mean, you can purchase the digital version of it, but why would you do that when you can just write your friend Tommy and he'll send them to you? So there you go. Anyway, check out those full streaming records and let me know what you think of those. And as we're getting closer to Thanksgiving, I wanted to start expressing how thankful I am to still be able to play music. And really, this vehicle of Henry's Child is a great way to continue a deep level of self-expression into my older years. I like to keep reminding myself and other folks that we've actually been together longer now since we were in the 90s. So in other words, since we reunited in 2014, it's been a longer amount of time since the whole duration from 93 to the end of 99 that Henry's Child was around. So more than one singer and, a couple bass players and a couple drummers, indeed. So if you saw my post recently on Facebook, you'll notice that our band 7 Second Circle is currently recording. And what I did is I actually posted a video of Brian Forrester doing some vocals from a song Last Sunday. And first off, if you don't follow 7 Second Circle on Facebook, you should just go and follow them and get all the latest updates on the new record. And it was funny because at the same time, Aaron reached out to me over Facebook and wanted to do another episode of The Missing Music. And I ended up finding a really, really good one for you today. It's a song called Gravity Echoes, and it actually slightly predates the Divide album. And what I mean by that is that when we went to go record the bass, guitar, and drums, we recorded what they call scratch tracks. And scratch tracks are basically the sort of the basis on which you're going to record the full song. And while it was intended to make it on the record, it actually didn't make it on the record, mostly because Divide in and of itself is really a conceptual record, and it didn't fit with necessarily the story. But it also was one of those that Bitter was brought in kind of at the last minute. And I'm so glad that Bitter made it on Divide, because that's been a staple song for us for a long time, which is great. Plus, Gravity Echoes was played out live many times when we were first asleep. But, somehow or another, that didn't really fit into the recording. So if you're interested and you really like this song, go to my personal YouTube channel and you'll find a version of us as First Sleep playing this at the Hawthorne Theater. And I do have some bad news for you folks who don't live in Portland. I just drove by the Hawthorne Theater yesterday and it's actually up for lease. So unfortunately, it seems like it didn't make it out of the pandemic. If that is not the case and I'm spreading false news, please let me know. If you want to invest in a music venue, that would be a good place to look into doing it. Because when we played as First Sleep, we also actually ended up playing with Grinch, which was Toby's old band that we didn't know Toby at the time. So it's like sort of like meeting your wife a couple years before you meet your wife, So not that Toby's my wife, but you understand what I mean. Anyway, this song is called Gravity Echoes, and it's a very dynamic song. It's a very good song. I can't really give you a reason why it didn't make it on Divide. But if you look at the Divide CD, I mean, we're literally a minute under it's physically possible to keep music on there. So this is a little bit of a longer song too. So anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Check out Gravity Echoes by First Sleep, 7 Second Circle.
trying. Lift up my arms to the sky. I fly high. Somebody shake me. Please someone wake me. I'm falling to the ground and I can't open my eyes. I pass down through the atmosphere, right from the sun to feel with fear. I'm falling down with my eyes closed. Pressed eyes bleeding, tears to the sky. Right from the sun to waiting to die. I'm falling down, low in my eyes, and I'm I could be flying. I take flight without even trying. I lift up my arms to the skies and I fly high. Somebody shake me. Please someone wake me. 'Cause I'm falling to the ground and I can't open my eyes. I pass down through the atmosphere, right from the sun to feel with fear. I'm falling down with my eyes closed. Pressed eyes bleeding, tears to the sky. Right from the sun to waiting to die. I'm falling down, low in my eyes, and I'm falling, low in my eyes, and I'm falling, up in my eyes.
That is a really rockin' song, and honestly, a pretty good example of what I sort of intend to do with the Missing Music series. So the last couple Missing Musics have been comparisons. I did Incomplete, which was on the 7-second circle record, and then the Henry's Child Practice and so forth. But really, at this point, we are truly one. Even though we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, and there's so many unique and crazy circumstances, it's really that balance of safety and trust versus the emotional healing that we need to go through to be able to get through this together. And I really want to thank you for the constant stream of feedback that I get and how we can contribute to the good of each other and get rid of this drama and this story and all the things that sort of divide us, like the Divide record, but not really at the same time, and bring us together as one because we're stronger, united. Absolutely, for sure. Listen, if you aren't on the Henry's Child newsletter list, you should consider joining because you get notifications about upcoming stuff, like when new videos are released and when new shows are going to happen, because shows will happen again and we will get through this. So if you're not signed up, go to henryschild.com, and in the very middle of the screen, you'll see 2 blank boxes. Just leave your first name and your email address, and that will put you on the list. You'll get sent an alternative version of Human Being for your personal and private collection, and then you'll be notified when we play another show. So again, please let me know if you like this and you'd like more Missing Music. I've got a ton of stuff that was not released, and I just look forward to hearing your feedback. Write me anytime at henryschild@henryschild.com. Thanks again for listening, guys. Hang in there. We are going to make it through this. We are going to stand strong together. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.
It came out my mouth.